Hello you guys, and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some official renderings of the DJI FPV drone and just some other leaks of it. Alright, without further ado, let's go right into the intro. Alright, so this is going to be an interesting one, you guys, because we actually have quite a bit of images, rendered images of the DJI FPV drones. These are images that will be used like on the DJI website, so on and so forth, later when this drone is actually released, and I will talk about the release date as well. We have actually quite a bit to talk about in this video. So, let's just get rid of all the ads for a second. So this is WinFuture. If you'd like to know, this is the WinFuture website. It's a, I believe, German website, and this is just giving credit where credit is due. The person is rquand. He's on Twitter at rquandt dt at rquandt. On Twitter. You can find him on Twitter there. So let's just take a look. First of all, these rendered images look really great. Like, this totally makes me want to buy the drone. But in this first one we can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but it has the lettering FPV right there. The side just looks, yeah, it looks pretty good. You can see all the screws, the propellers, the red propellers. Lights everywhere, and there you can see the two front-facing obstacle avoidance sensors. Again, DJI there. There's the gimbal camera that does stick out. Got a lot of vents, and it's really cool looking. I mean, that heat sink in the back we'll get a much better look at later. And there we can also see the battery, the ginormous battery. And yeah, so this is the clear shell on. We will talk about different shells later. And this is the drone just head on. And so there's really not much to tell here other than, again, front obstacle avoidance. It looks to be a couple of weak spots that I would be worried about crashing. I mean, the front looks pretty sturdy, but the back, I mean, right there, I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Very interesting to see how this all goes. Yeah. Anyway, again, not much to see in this image. Now, in this image, it is a lower version of it. Now, there's a couple things I don't think anyone has ever noted about this. First of all, to take the gimbal out, the whole gimbal, it's just 4 screws. There's one screw right there, one screw right there, one screw right there, one screw right there, and I think you just slide the whole thing out. I'm going to be honest with you, I think that's how that works. So yeah, I think the whole gimbal system is just these 4 screws right here. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, you take that out, pop a new one in, and bada bing, bada boom. That's why this doesn't stick out, because this whole thing actually is the gimbal. In any case, I'm pretty sure this is where, you know, your SD card goes and so on and so forth. I don't know where else they would put it. I think that flap right there is it. Again, obstacle avoidance. It looks like they have the sensors literally right on top of each other, which is interesting. Again, front lights, and you know, maybe that's going to be an interesting point. Yep, another official image. We took a look at that one before. Now this is an even lower image of it, and so this is how you're gonna see. This is how the drone rests on the floor. That's the battery right there, and those two legs are just 2 little rubber things on the battery. Hopefully they sell replacements for that, because I wouldn't want my battery directly resting on the floor. But in any case, we have the battery resting on the floor there, and we have these two arms, not too dissimilar from the arms on the Mavic, except they have a light all the way across instead of just one little light right there. So that's interesting. Very interesting to know about this. And again, in this gimbal here, looks like it just slides out. Honestly, the whole thing looks like it just slides out with 4 screws, and that's how it's repairable. I don't know for sure, but it looks pretty repairable to me. There's screws everywhere, which you don't see on the Mavic. The Mavic is smooth. There's no screws on this thing, and this is, I think, one of the greatest images we've ever seen of this FPV drone in high quality, high detail. Look at all the lights on this thing. Whoa. Okay. First of all, light right there. There's like 3 lights in the front arms. 3 lights on the front arms and 2 lights on the back arms that you can see from the back. Not sure why they're on the back and not the front, but oh well. And also we can see each of the legs is tilted. Massive heatsink in the back. Also you can get a little glimpse of the bottom sensors, and also everything has screws that are visible. So even that heatsink has screws that are visible, which makes me think these arms are going to be replaceable, but I don't know. Another good look at how the battery is going to fit in. You're going to squeeze that little press release on both sides. You're going to slot it in, then you're going to plug this in. It's a 6S battery, by the way. And then you're going to press that button, and yeah, that's how that's going to work. And yet another image that shows you just how ginormous this battery is, and what a weird angle it's going to go at. So right now, we're looking at the battery just head on directly, and if we draw out what the battery looks like, a majority of this drone is just the battery. And that's pretty interesting to me. Also, more screws that make me think, again, this whole arm thing is just replaceable. Yeah, and you can see how these... I'm actually thinking these might be just for the shell to come off, which we will talk about later. But it's looking pretty good so far. There's like a side vent. This thing doesn't look very waterproof. I heard someone talk about that before. I'm not exactly sure why someone was talking about that before, but I definitely heard someone talking about this being waterproof, and no, this is definitely not waterproof, nor will it be water resistant or anything of the sort. Looks like if you, yeah, I mean, it's DJI, it's a drone, like what? And here's another image at the controller, which is interesting. Again, like I've been saying, whenever we get a look at the controller, these are going to screw off just like the Mavics. See how they're screwed off right now. And they're going to go right there. Right there. You're going to screw these off, and you're just going to pop them in there. And I think this controller is great for a couple reasons. First of all, because it's just, a PS5 looking nice, solid controller. Like, I think a lot of people are going to like this feel and are going to like the look, and I agree with him. I think this can be used definitely for other drones, and I think it will be, because it's just a nice controller. Like, hats off to DJI on this one. Nice antennas, I think it looks slick. I think it looks smooth. It looks like a nice Xbox or PS5 controller, and I really like it. I as a person who this is probably targeting, this looks pretty great. And now this is another one. So this is an image of the actual V2 goggles, which we'll talk about later. But I think they might sell the drone. There might be a combo. that people actually have these. These are already out to the public. You can buy one on DJI store, which is really weird. They're interesting. Anyway, moving on. Now this is an interesting one. This is a dude and a girl here, just flying it. And this is, I assume, to be an official image that will be used for marketing later, as all the previous ones have been. But, okay, so first of all, he's got a wire connected to the controller or connected to something from his goggles. I assume that might be a battery or something. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure the power goes on the back. For DJI's V2, if you take their pre-made battery or whatever. So I don't know how that's supposed to work. In any case, you can see them flying in some sort of windmill place. That's a place DJI, would film this, which kind of makes sense. And we can see the thing going full tilt with the gimbal pitched up, so that's cool. Nice to see the drone actually being in use. It's interesting, for sure. And now here's another one. This one has been the cover photo for this, pretty much. This is a total DJI-esque sort of image. And as we can see here, it's basically two drones chasing each other. And that sounds totally like a DJI marketing thing. It's just marketing. It is free marketing too, because we're all talking about it. Anyway, if you take a look at it, two drones in a canyon-looking crevice or whatever. Yep, and now we're back to the original one. So we learned quite a bit from these. First of all, it's probably going to come soon, as we don't see official images for a long time. We don't see official images like super long time before the drone comes out. We see them pretty soon before the drone comes out. So I'm pretty sure the drone is going to come quite soon. Now, on the topic of that, there are a lot of things that, oh boy, like for the release date. First of all, there's this event by Get FPV, powered by Get FPV, DJI FPV flying event, surprise reveal, powered by Get FPV, on March 20th, 2021. This is interesting. Doesn't FPV DJI drone says nothing about what it's actually going to be, other than, fly advanced HD FPV drones, even if you have no experience. This sounds right up DJI's FPV alley. I don't know. It could not be the DJI FPV drone, and they just reveal something else, but I'm pretty sure March 20th, it'll be out by then, so this would make sense. And another one that we see here, this is, oh boy, this is such an interesting leak. Always transit Dutch, thank you. So this is a DJI FPV drone, Flash, as you can see here, sold directly by Amazon, shipped by and sold by Amazon, will be 731 euros. How could the FPV drone be $731? Well, a lot of people, and I'll talk about who later. I'll just say it. Jasper Allens from Facebook. I will show you his group in a second. Pretty much thinks that this whole thing is a listing, but for only like the controller in the drone, or just singularly the drone. So Here we go. This is Jasper. This is Jasper Ellens. Here we go. This is his FPV drone. Facebook group. You should go check it out. Anyway, we're looking on here, and the price is £731 for the FPV drone. And what's interesting is, depending on what link you go to, it'll give you a different release date, and I'll tell you why in a second. But so package dimensions 16.5 by 7 by 2.3, 800 grams. So that makes me think it might just be the drone. Be just only straight up the drone, but I don't know. Manufacturer DJI, ASIN. I don't think I can find anything. No. Yep. I assumed about as much. So no, pretty much. And then model number DJI FPV Univ. That makes me think it's just the unit, but I don't know. I don't know anything. So look at this. This item will be released on February 28th, 2021. This item will be released on March 1st, 2021. Same listing. What's the difference? Well, the difference is this one was sent to me by someone in a different time zone. So if we take a look at a calendar, the 28th is one day before the 1st, right? And so what that means is this person, who is behind my time zone, will have it released in the 28th, while me, who's in this time zone, will have it released on the 1st. And that's such a DJI-esque thing to do. This could be the release date, March 1st-ish. But we don't know. Now, something else interesting, another listing for the FPV drone something, is by good old Adorama. Look at that. DJI Care Refresh with the DJI FPV 1 year electronic download. $199 for 1 year. Oh, hello, John ADRC. Morning. It's very early here in the morning, if you can't tell by me messing up my words. Again, hi, John ADRC. How's it going? So yeah, the Care Refresh for 1 year is going to cost $199. Care Refresh for 2 years is going to cost $319. Ooh. So that's a lot of money. And it just says nothing but DJI Care, keep flying, so on and so forth. Yep. And if we take a look at just DJI, straight up DJI FPV drone, it'll like go no. it V2 goggles, controller mode 1. Yep. And then just nothing. Until the Care, and then nothing. So, yeah. Nope, no FPV stuff. Also, this is Amazon.nl, not something else. Oh, okay, sorry. Too much stuff. Okay. So basically, there's a Care Refresh on Adorama. That's 1 year, right? And it costs $199. So $200 for 1 year of Care Refresh for the FPV drone, and $319 for 2 years of Care Refresh. Hello, Jake Church. Hi. Anyway, we have those two things. That's interesting. Now we go back to these two Care Refresh. There's no release date. You can just straight up buy it. There's the DJI Flash on Amazon.nl, sold by, shipped by Amazon, will be released on March 1st, 2021. depending on your time zone, that could be different. It'll cost 731 pounds. So that's roughly $731. Thing with that is, I'm pretty sure this is, and people have been saying to me, specifically Jasper Ellens, that this is going to be a combo without the FPV goggles. So either only the drone, which as you can see, FPV Univ, which might be the case, only the drone, or only the drone and the controller, or only the drone and, you know, the goggles, or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. And now I'm backtracking again. Let's take a look at just these one more time. So these are fully rendered images of the DJI FPV drone. This isn't... Oh, yeah, expensive. Expensive is a word for it. This is... Okay, so... I already took a look at all these rendered images earlier, but I'm going to go through them again. All really looks all cool. Basically, what this means is it's going to come out soon. Really nothing much else we can tell from it, other than it's probably going to be repairable based on the amount of screws that's just on here. Yeah. So, there's the controller. Let's go back to picture 4. 5. Next. Okay, so let's just take a look at this. Notice all the screws for this, right? All those screws are so you can change the actual shell color of the drone. And what do I mean by this? Well, let's go to Discord. Jake Church says mine is a DJI Mini 2. That's cool. It's cool, dude. Never been able to actually read that. Did you know? my internet is just so slow today. Here we go. Here we go. That's what the green shell is for. Just to purely change the color of it. It is an interesting design, I'll tell you what. Jasper Ellens had found this for me as well. He was the original finder of this, so that's nice. I'm sure Johnny DRC has some words about the design of this. Anyway, we can see FPV. It is a green shell, so you can see what would be changed. And this does come in the box, as shown by the unboxing video, which is nice, I guess, that they include some sort of you know, shell for it, right? And some sort of choice. I guess you can customize. The amount of stickers they're going to sell for this is going to be nuts, though, as well. The DC McGraw bicycle guy McGraw can hardly wait to get it. Will be out, so buy time to get me anyway. Okay. Whatever. Wow, the FPV drone. Yeah, man. And this one of all of them, I think confirms actually more than you would expect. And that's because this image has a secret. And I've just noticed a secret. So let's save. Oh, actually, you know. Never mind. Let's inspect this image. Can I zoom in? How do I zoom in? Well, let's see. Save. Oh, no. Save image as. Believe me, it'll be worth it. Believe me, this will be worth it. So let's go to secret. I spelled it wrong. I you know. Let's go. Zoom in. Zoom in some more. And look at what that says. I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen or if it's too low res, but it literally says on the camera itself 4K 60p. So that literally confirms the specs of this. It's going to be a definitively a 4K 60 FPS camera, as shown on the literal camera itself. So I want to fly it, but not to own it, says Johnny DRC. Yeah, I have a feeling a lot of people are going to want to fly it before they own it, which is, again, I think the whole reason we're actually seeing things like, not before you buy it. Some people are definitely not going to buy it, like Johnny DRC. Ah, dang. Sorry you guys can't see it. I will post an image somewhere else. But there's an FPV flying event. And I'm pretty sure this is just so people can go out and fly the FPV drone. It's sponsored by Get FPV, and it's on March 20th. So I'm pretty sure, but I could be completely wrong. This could be something really different, and I could be wrong. So just take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. Dang, I'm really sorry. You guys can't. Dang. You guys can't see this 4K 60p right here. I wish it were. It's man. How can I? I don't know how I can crop. Maybe if I crop it, and you guys can see. Let's see. My computer can barely do any image editing right now. Save copy. Let's see. I'm really determined to show you guys this. I have the stream up on my own phone. Auto 360p. Dang, wow. I'm really sorry. This is such a bad image. My God, you guys don't even know my so you know I have a mouse and a keyboard and they're RGB, and my computer is having such a hard time doing this because it's a bad computer. It's a laptop that I'm doing this on. That it's legit just the RGB isn't even working. So, okay, there we go. You probably still can't even see it. It says 4K 60p right here. I'll just take my word for it. 4K 60p right there. Maybe this works? I have no idea. There we go. You can see it on the screen. That's perfect. Alright. It's fine. Okay. Ah, finally. Alright. Glad you guys could take a look at that. I just noticed that. I don't think anybody else has noticed that. That's nice. Glad I noticed that. Also, a lot of people have been making a big ruckus around this one video. And I want to talk about it because a lot of people think this is fake, and, you know, it's an interesting one. I'll tell you that. So, drone, why? Yugentes? I don't know. I can't speak Spanish. I probably spelled it or said it wrong. How much will it cost? Okay, so this is what we're talking. Based on the Amazon leaks, the cost we're talking is $700 something for just the drone, or just the drone and the controller, and then another $1,299 for the drone, the controller, and the FPV goggles. And then $1,600 for the drone, the controller, the goggles, 2 extra batteries, and possibly quite a bit more. Maybe repairable stuff. Yeah, like $1,300 for everything you're going to need to fly. Which is going to be nice. So, a lot of people have been, you know, talking about this. This first video is fake. I'll tell you that. This first flight video, this is fake. This was, I think, by Monkey FPV or Spider Monkey FPV. Okay, so that first video that you saw was absolutely fake. This one is a little bit more real. First of all, this isn't the FPV drone that we're looking at. This is definitely not the FPV drone that we're looking at. See how that there's like a green propeller, the propeller's upside down? No, this isn't in it. But if we do go through, eventually this guy goes down a staircase. And if I pause the video at the right time, without all these cover-ups and everything, that's the FPV drone right there. And you'll be able to see it in better light in a second. Right there. Right there. That is the FPV drone with the bottom light turned on, right there. Now, this video has a bunch of overlays and a guy talking over it. And Drone DRC, yes, it's not that much. Jake Church says most people probably get the $700 version. Well, I guess if you're gonna use your phone or something to watch the live feed on, but if you can't use your phone or something like that, which I'm pretty sure you can because there's an app for it, but if you can't use your phone or something like that, I think you might have to go with the other version. This drone reminds me of a DJI Mavic 2 Pro on steroids. Well, that's probably because it is. This isn't an FPV drone. This is a DJI drone that's had FPV thrown onto it, I guess you could say. So, let's take a look at it actually flying. I think people will get the fly more. Well, I mean, these are the Mavic dudes that buy like 7 batteries for their drones. But the battery's going to be expensive because it's like more than 90% of the drone. Not 90%, but you know, it's a majority of the drone. So if we take a look at this guy, I actually tracked down the original video for this, which is great. It's a nice channel. Check him out. This guy is giving me a lot of leaks. If this video will load, I will show you a video. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is not the FPV drone feed. Let me skip to the part where he shows it. Come on. Sorry, this video's should have been called the Mavic 3. Well, I think they should have called it something else, but I don't think they should have called it the Mavic 3 because it's definitely not a Mavic. It has a worse. Okay. I think there's a couple reasons why they shouldn't have called it the Mavic 3. First of all, Mavic people would hate that, and I would hate that, because I'm a Mavic person. Because Mavics have, you know, great cameras. And that's what they're meant for. They're just cameras with the drone strapped to them. Not drones with cameras strapped to them. It's a camera with the drone strapped to it. It's basically a camera that flies. So it's not, a Mavic is not a drone with a camera on it. A Mavic is a camera with the drone on it. And this is supposed to be the compact, the fully sensorized, it flies itself, and it has a great gimbal and camera. The FPV drone doesn't have a great gimbal and camera because it's only one axis. It's not very small. It's definitely not very light. I mean, I don't think they should have called it the Mavic 3, but I don't think they should have called it the FPV drone. I think they should have come up with a completely different name for it. Not the Mavic, not the FPV, just Flash. You know, Flash would have been a great name for it. But it doesn't look like they're going to name it that. That's just the lovely little name they've come up for it. Just the code name they've come up for it. So, let's take a look at this video. This is really an interesting one because this guy, this is an FPV drone feed, right? This isn't the FPV drone, but look at that. This person has managed to run into an FPV drone. Look at that. So that's an FPV drone right there. DJI, the Mavic 3 Hybrid. Yeah, that might be a good name for it. I agree with that. A lot of people said this fake because the first, God knows how long of this, minute of this, he doesn't show anything, and people are like, that isn't FPV drone footage, because, you know, that doesn't look like a DJI FPV drone footage. And it's not, because this isn't the drone it's showcasing. There's the drone. There is the DJI FPV drone, with its bottom light turned on. And I'm sorry it's a blurry image. It's nothing like the high quality, nice ones. No, I will get the Fly More for sure. But this thing is going to be able to do loops and rolls, and yeah, it's nothing like a. It is kind of like a Mavic, but I don't think it should have the Mavic name. It should have something else. Shouldn't have the Mavic name. Shouldn't have the FPV name. Should be, in my opinion, it should be Flash. Johnny DRC says it should, or thinks it should be called the Mavic 3 Hybrid, and yeah, I mean, that sounds like a pretty good name for it. So yeah, we're just gonna watch this over. There it is. There's the FPV drone. Now this guy, there we go again. And here's another ground video of it. There it is, right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there it is landing. That's interesting. And then at the end of this video, we can just see it flying. There you go. There is no sound, but there you go. You can see the sensors on the bottom for a second. Totally looks like a UFO. There's the sensors on the bottom. Such an interesting video. There it is again. It looks like it goes really fast. How much will both packages be? So the Fly More combo with, you know, extra batteries. Oh, nice frame. With the Fly More combo with extra batteries and the FPV goggles and the controller and God knows what else, maybe something having to do with repairing it yourself, like an extra gimbal or extra arms or something, is probably going to cost you around $1,600 according to the Amazon leaks, but those aren't definitive for sure. Ken Heron has said that the base combo, just the FPV goggles, the controller, and the drone, will cost you around $1,299. That's pretty much confirmed. The base combo will cost you $1,299. And then, what looks like a even more watered down version has appeared on Amazon for $731. So yeah, that one will probably be just the drone, or just the drone and maybe the controller. I mean, we'll see. Don't really know for sure. Why don't we just refresh ourselves with a look at what the specs are going to be. So this looks to be a spec sheet of it. Approximately 795 grams. Max flight time is 20 minutes when flying at a consistent 24.9 miles an hour. You know, operating frequency, blah, 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 blah. The max transmission distance, unobstructed, free of interference, is 10 kilometers, or 10 kilometers for the FCC and 6 kilometers for CE. There you go. 4K. Max image size is 4K, 3840 by 2160, and then the video resolution is 4K 3840 by 2160 in 60 FPS, as we saw earlier. So 4K 60, and then full HD 120 FPS. How come I never see a clear picture? Are they hiding something? Clear pic flying. Drone Phoenix, say sorry, missed home. I just arrived home, sorry, I bet I missed a lot. No, it's okay. I'll fill you all in on what happened. Johnny DRC. Yeah, so I think the reason that you don't see many clear images of it flying, or videos of it flying, is because people who have it are reviewers or testers, right? And they've signed an NDA. And that pretty much means if they take an image or video of it and share it on the internet, and DJI figures out that it was them that did it, they can get in really big trouble. Really, really big trouble with DJI. And so, yeah, that's why whenever we see a leak of a vlogger having it in his background or something like that, we all just go, sorry, dude, because the poor guy is probably getting screwed by DJI right now. Like, I would not want to be in that position. Because DJI makes it really bad. There's really bad consequences if you leak this sort of stuff, I'm sure. Is the goggle sold separately? I want it for FPV. Yes, in fact, you can go to the DJI website right now and buy the V2 goggles. Literally, DJI.com. And Drone Phoenix, I'll go over everything one more time. Just little glide over. V2 goggles. Man, let's... DJI goggles V2. There you go. You can buy just the goggles, and I'm sure you'll be able to buy just the controller later. As for now, that's all you get. D. McGraw, bicycle guy McGraw. It says it makes no sense at all to just buy the quad and the controller. Nobody wants to fly this line of sight. Exactly. It's not meant to be flown line of sight. It says this page is not available in your region. Oh, dang. Oh, shoot. Because you're in the Netherlands, aren't you? You might have to go to a retailer or something, or, you know, Amazon or something like that, because I know Amazon sells it. Yeah, if you need any help, hit me up later, after the stream, but yeah. In any case, let's go over everything we've gone over before, for Drone Phoenix, right here. So the FPV drone. There are a lot of images here. These are official renderings of the FPV drone. So official render of the controller, and we can't really tell much. It's just, you know, cool images. And here's one image of someone actually flying it. Backloader FPV says, it says this page is not available in your region. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I think you should go onto like Newegg or Banggood or something. I normally don't trust those websites. I think Amazon, if you can get it from a reputable retailer, that's the best, like Amazon or something like that. But man, I'm really sorry about that. Drone Phoenix says, "Little sorry." No, it's all good. I had to go over this stuff anyway. I mean, more watch time. Yeah. Anyway, this totally looks like DJI-esque, you know, marketing, and which is interesting because a lot of this stuff has the release date of, you know, February 28th to March, you know, 3rd. So in that 4-day range, I would expect to see something. I would expect to see some sort of trailer or, you know, teaser or something soon from DJI. Soon. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we took a look at all these images. Yep, nice, cool. Now, another image that has more to show than, you know, what's actually meets the eye is this one. So first of all, we can take a look at the V2 goggles and the drone here. There's the green shell. And earlier, I was trying to show you guys something, and I think I eventually succeeded. The actual camera, on the actual camera written on the side, is 4K 60p. I wonder if you'll be able to live broadcast from the drone, says Spark Adventures. I'm pretty sure you will eventually be able to. That's an interesting one again. But, yeah, no, it says 4K 60p on the side of the camera, so that just confirms my specs, or the spec sheet that I have. It says 4K 60, Full HD 120, 795 grams, 20 minutes of flight time. Yeah, that's all great stuff. And again, you can actually buy a warranty for a drone that isn't out yet on Adorama. The Adorama website is such an interesting This is such an interesting one. It's just so funny. 1 year is going to cost you $199. 2 years is going to cost you $319. And sorry, I'm going a little bit fast. Yeah, I'll just stand on here for a second. And also, a lot of people are saying that this is going to be an FPV flying event where, you know, people fly the FPV drone or something like that, the DJI FPV drone. I don't know. It could be something different. I mean, they definitely have something to hide here, because they're like, surprise reveal event. I mean, it could be something completely different, because it's a surprise reveal. We don't know. But yeah, I assume with the date it'll be some DJI FPV drone. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much this week's leaks. It's an interesting one. It is such an interesting one, this one. The FPV drone has been such a I want to say hit on YouTube, because a lot of people watching right now, and it's crazy. Honestly, it's just nuts the amount of, you know, attention this thing grabs, especially when a new leak or something like that comes out. I mean, like 267 view minutes in an hour, so that's 4.45 view hours per hour. Like, what? That never happens on my channel, ever. I don't think it's yeah, I mean, look at just the it's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Did you see the original Dobo last video? No. You know, why don't we take a look at that? Let's take a look at per Drone Phoenix's request. Let's see. Let's take a look at. Fixing the DJI FPV assistant issue update V2 goggles. That's interesting. Oh, same crap as V1. So yeah. Yeah, see, they're a better channel than me. Yeah, this is interesting. This is an interesting one. The original Dobo's last video fixing the FPV assistant. Alright, I'll be sure to take a look at it. I will be sure to take a look at it. Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. What else can we take a look at? Man, I have 10 viewers. This is more than any live stream I've ever done, and I'm barely pulling it together here. Yeah, let's... Man, the amount of stuff here is just... And as you can see, it rests on the battery in the back. So this would be the actual drone legs. That's where the sensors are, and the light, particularly the light that we saw in this video. You know, the light shining down. Gosh, sorry for loading times. Loading times is such an interesting thing. Anyway, success. I don't really know anything about that, or if that makes a difference. But a lot of people have said, $200, which is what each battery is going to cost you, $200, or like $180 or something like that. For each battery is going to be a lot, and I don't know. I really don't know. I guess we'll just have to see, but pretty expensive if you ask me. Especially compared to like a Mavic battery, something like that. Also interesting, I have this guy's in the original flyer of this drone. I did find the original flyer of this drone, but now I can't find this video anywhere. I'm not sure where this guy found this drone, but he has found it somewhere. He's definitely found it somewhere. Come on, get to the point. And I can't even skip through these. Here we go. There's the little stairway. And bada bing bada boom, there's the FPV drone. What a coincidence that is. I mean, imagine that. And it looks like it's not flying in FPV mode, rather just low, slow. Yeah, wow. It's an interesting one, this one. For sure. For sure, this one's an interesting one. And there it is, flying again. I've heard Ken Heron say this thing sounds great when it flies and goes full throttle. And I can imagine that. I can totally imagine. Oh man. Also, you guys hit the subscribe button. We're almost at 1.7k subs. It's actually kind of nuts, the amount of people, the amount of you guys that have subscribed. So thank you for everyone who's subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, hit it, and also don't forget to hit the bell. Alright, let's continue. I really don't have much else here to talk about. I'm probably going to have to end this soon. Hasn't been confirmed that you'll be able to fly other DJI quads that have other air units in them with the V2. Yes. In fact, the original Bobo, right here, is actually shown flying with the V2 goggles with another drone. I think I'm gonna watch this video, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Also, a lot of other people have talked about it and flown with the V2 goggles on other drones, and so yeah, for sure. So don't know what else to say other than I'm glad that I caught that little Easter egg of a thing there. Man, 12 people watching. What the heck? How can that many people be interested in this? Like, what? It's kind of crazy, the amount of people that go on and watch these live streams. Like, 12 people. What? I'm speechless, you guys. Thanks so much. Damn viewers at a time. I would. Anyway. This is it, I guess. These are all the images that we have. These are from WinFeature. And the sources for a lot of this are interesting because we also to LV. Oh, here we go. This is an interesting one because a lot of people get their news from him, and he's pretty much a reposter, kind of like me, I guess. But he doesn't really have much of a filter. So whatever is leaked, he leaks. Like even if it's But anyway, he's leaked all this stuff. This is interesting. the DJI pork chop or something. uh, anyway, this whole stuff is really cool. It's just this live stream has just hit an hour, and so I'm gonna go over everything one more time. Just one more glance over before I'm gonna end the stream. So we got some new leaks from WinFuture that are official renderings of the DJI drone controller and V2 goggles, and some images of the FPV drone in the wild. This is DJI's marketing sort of thing that I assume we'll be seeing a lot of later. We saw this screenshot of the 4K 60 FPS camera in the green shell. That's nice. March 20th is the possible... It'll probably come out before this sort of thing. The Amazon.nl has leaked some sort of lower combo of the FPV drone that will be released on February 28th or March 1st, depending on what time zone you're in. Again, DJI-esque thing to do. This video has been causing a hubbub among a lot of people, and rightfully so. It is a nice video of some ground footage and a drone footage of the DJI FPV drone. On Adorama, we saw a leak of the Care Refresh, $199 for 1 year and $319 for 2 years. And then on Facebook, we saw again more leaks of the specs, and that's about it. So I would say the DJI FPV drone is a 4K 60 FPS drone with a gimbal that can be marginally easily repaired. It's going to have a normal combo with just the drone and the controller. That's going to cost around $700. A not Flymore combo, but just normal combo with the FPV goggles and the controller and the drone. That's going to cost $1,200. And then it's going to have a Flymore combo. That's going to cost $1,600. And those are all going to come out from probably, I'm guessing, the February 28th to March 3rd sort of time frame. Thank you everyone for watching so much. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and yeah, thank you to Team McGraw, Bicycle Guy McGraw. Thank you to, of course, John and DOC, Joan Phoenix, Spark Adventures, and Jake Church. Yeah, thank you all for showing up.